Nigeria still relies on import for over 70% of our pharmaceutical needs. So, sir, what policy adjustments do you think are needed, or incentives, as the case may be, to scale up local drug manufacturing in Nigeria?
Thank you very much. For us, we believe strongly that unlocking the pharma chain to local production, and of course, reducing the overdependence on imported essential goods and raw materials is the direct solution that can actually save us from where we are going. But luckily for us, we have started direct, robust engagement with the federal government, with the affected stakeholders. If you go through what we have in the last 2 to 3 years, I think we are making very serious progress. About 4 years ago, we have about 120 pharmaceutical manufacturers in Nigeria. Today, through some of those direct engagement with the government, we have about 174. What are the incentives, or what are the message, or what are the driving forces? We have made it absolutely clear to the authorities that no country can achieve medicine security, drug and medicine security, by importing 70% and doing about 30%. So the government has actually come to our rescue. You agree with me that the last measure, the federal government executive order, is one direct step towards encouraging local companies producing on. So there is a directive by the federal government to reverse the trend that instead of 70% done outside, we want about 60% produced here and only about 40% imported. That's one store share. So moving from 120 companies to about 174 is a very radical movement. And I want to believe that in the next couple of years, perhaps we may be achieving almost up to 300 pharmaceutical companies. Then another thing that we also making move for the creation of a pharmaceutical hub. A pharmaceutical hub is a place where you come and see about 50 to 100 pharmaceutical companies, all of them keyed into one accessible. 3 or 4 companies can use one HVAC system. Common rules, common water electricity supply. By so doing, you reduce drastically the cost of drug production. And at the end of the day, the customer will be the direct benefit of it. So there are some that maybe as we move along, I'll be able to chip in some of them.
Thank you. I think your last point actually touched on something very important, because at the end of the day, we have to look at the cost of production. Do we have comparative advantage? And what you just described is like industrial clusters, sharing commonalities in a way to reduce costs. In the last session, we had Dr. Nkata talking about group private collaboration.
Yes.
In private sector. I think these are initiatives that we can begin to talk to our colleagues about, even after a session like this, so that we move from theory to action. Thank you so much, sir.